Coming up on Sports Weekly, we've got a big softball battle between Pacific and Indian Springs. The Pirates are in the hunt for a Mountain Valley League title this season. Plus, the same two schools on the baseball diamond as Angel Alamia, the former Indian Springs Coyote, now at Pacific, had one of the best pitching performances in recent memory. A big-time outing by Alamia against his former team. Plus, we'll take you out to San Manuel Stadium for the final county clash of the season. It was the Big 8 League, and we had two big comeback victories at the county clash. So we will check out those highlights as well, and some college baseball. San Bernardino Valley College in the hunt for a conference championship this season. We will have highlights of the Wolverines against Victor Valley. Plus, we will check in with head coach Jason Kunis for a very special one-on-one interview. All that coming up on this edition of Sports Weekly on IEMG. And it starts right now. And what is up, everybody? Welcome to Sports Weekly on IEMG. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez. We appreciate you checking in, and make sure you subscribe to the IE Media Group YouTube channel. We'd really appreciate it. Every time we go live with a new local game or upload the latest sports segments here on IEMG. Now, we are heading into the final games and the final weeks of the regular season, so those league championship runs are coming to a head right now. And in the Mountain Valley League, we've got some great races, especially for the softball championship in the MVL. We've got a trio of teams in the hunt for the league championship, including the Pacific Pirates. Pacific taking on Indian Springs in MVL action. Pirates trying to get something going here. What a great catch by the Indian Springs catcher. Pacific trying to lay down the bunt, popped it up, and a great catch by the catcher. Then Indian Springs getting out of the jam, the strikeout here for the Coyotes. But this thing would get high scoring. Pacific's got some really good batters in their lineup. They can post a lot of runs, although Indian Springs gets out of a jam here in the second inning. That run would not count for the Pirates. But here comes that Pacific offense. They would get things going. The hard grounder to third, and that will bring home a run for the Pirates. And they take the lead on Indian Springs, and that would be the beginning of the Pacific Pirates offensive parade. The grounder to short here, that will bring home another run for the Pirates. They take a 2-0 lead on the Coyotes. And pitching-wise, Pacific doing a great job of keeping the Coyotes off the scoreboard and also off of the base path. So Pirates pitcher doing a great job of keeping her team in the ball game, and the Pirates offense would provide more than enough offense in this game. The shallow fly ball falls in. That will bring home a run. And finally, Sam Cifuentes, she's going to poke a deep fly here. This is going to bring home 2 more runs for Pacific. They go on to beat Indian Springs by a final score of 13-0. So right now, in the MVL, Pacific is 4-1. San Bernardino is 5-1, and Miller is 4-1. So it's really heating up for that Mountain Valley League championship, and Pacific right there in the hunt for that league title. So now let's go from high school softball to college softball, and San Bernardino Valley College really having a bounce back season this year under head coach Devin Bennett. So let's check out some of the action. It was a huge series. It was non-conference, but a huge series for the Wolverines on the road at Antelope Valley. They got a split on the road at AV, including a 3-0 win against a highly ranked team, a very good team against Antelope Valley, and on the road as well. So a very good result there for the Wolverines. Then they recently, this past Friday, got a conference split with Chaffey College. They lost 3-1, but they won 8-0 as well. And Patricia Levi-Luna, 2 home runs, 6 RBI. Big day for her. And we had a chance to catch up with head coach Devin Bennett talking about the resurgence of the SBVC softball team and the Wolverines as they wrap up their season, trending in the right direction.
It's kind of a good step at the beginning. We did a lot better than a lot of people expected us to. But it's just a building block. Most of the girls are going to be returning next year, so that's fantastic. And they just started figuring it out. We're kind of in this thing. I kind of started changing about 3 weeks ago where I just kind of let them do what they want to do when they're up to bat, and then we learn from that. So I give them to do whatever they do as long as they read what's going on, and then we'll talk about it. So it's kind of been a change in that atmosphere because they're learning, and you can see that, and they're so young. So most of them are freshmen. We have a really good shortstop who has like 26 offers all over the country. She had Valparaiso and CBU at one point, but it looks like she's probably going to go to a school in Texas. And she was really fantastic. She was on a powerhouse travel ball team and came and trusted me. So fantastic that we got that, and she's helping change the attitude because we're trying to change the image of our program overall. So having some of those made a huge difference, and then some of the kids I early on brought in, they've done fantastic, like Sierra Banuelos. She just committed to St. Catherine's down in San Diego, so that's been a big step. And then Anaya Lane, she's about to transfer on. She just hasn't decided. And then Audie Petaway also.
Oh, yeah.
So, transferring them on is kind of nice because they're going to go on and get their master's degree. And then for the rest of the team, the freshmen, they see that, and it kind of helps push us to that next level. So, and they want to learn. They want to learn. They chose to keep pushing.
And from softball to swimming, let's take you out to the Drayson Center for the Ambassador League meet. And, as we get through the month of April, we're starting to have some league championship results. Now, we still have a couple weeks in baseball and softball, but swimming, in fact, this might be the first league champions crowned in our local area, was in Ambassador League swimming. And congratulations going out to the Arrowhead Christian girls winning your Ambassador League title, and the Loma Linda Academy boys for also winning the league championship out there at the Drayson Center. So as we start to crown league champions, we will report those right here on Sports Weekly on IEMG. So congrats to the Roadrunners and the Eagles out there at the Ambassador League finals. All right, when we come back here on Sports Weekly on IEMG, we are going to hit some baseball really hard. We got Pacific versus Indian Springs highlights, a lot of action from the county clash at San Manuel Stadium, plus SBVC picking up a much-needed win against Victor Valley as they chase a conference championship this season. We'll be right back here on Sports Weekly on IEMG.